For the Beaver Radio Network, I'm Brian Schultz. BSU men's basketball team continues their hot streak. They've now won 7 in a row. They're joined by freshman Shane White out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Congratulations on what's been a pretty special couple of weeks.
Thank you.
At what point in the season, maybe it was even before practice, did guys start to realize that something special could happen here?
As far as the upperclassmen, like as a freshman, I really had no clue what kind of level of play we were looking at coming in. I could tell the guys were talented and all, but I didn't know what kind of competition we were going to be facing. As far as the upperclassmen, Coach asked us at the start of the year, he said, what do you think we can do with this team? And they were putting us near the top of the conference. They were saying, I think we can be up there with the best of the teams. And so, I mean, that's turned out to be true. We've been competing with everyone.
What's been the biggest transition for you, or maybe the hardest thing to overcome from high school to college?
Just having to read the defenses mainly. I was considered a pretty good offensive player in high school, and I've come into college where Coach just tells me when he puts me into the game, he says rebound and defend, and that's basically my only job. Is I'm not an offensive threat so much anymore. I mean, I just do my job, space the offense, set screens, and just when I got it in the post, for example, in high school, I could kind of do what I wanted with my opponent because a lot of times I was bigger, more athletic. It's not like that anymore. I mean, I've got to read the defense and actually make a intelligent move rather than just making any move I want. And if you mess up, you're getting blocked here in high school.
For the viewers and the listeners, can you just walk through what goes through a post player offensively? How you're able to read that forearm in the back and which side you need to spin and where you need to catch the ball and where you need to protect?
Well, a lot of the times the coaches will give us a scouting report on the type of players we'll be playing against, whether they're quick or slow or whatnot. And if you've got a shorter, smaller guy, a lot of the times you can just body him up, pull the Zach Noreen on him, kind of put your shoulder into him, back him down. But if he's a bigger guy, a lot of times you got to face up and make a move from there based on the way he's playing you. And sometimes you just got to realize that this guy's bigger, he's more athletic, you're not going to score over him. And so you got to try to find a way to, I don't know, make a defender help and kick to another teammate. And it's just a whole lot more reading than anything I was used to, at least.
All right, you said you're the defensive guy on this team now. How much quicker are the opponents here? If you're not in the perfect spot defensively, if you're not squared up, if you're not ready to defend, they're past you and scoring, right?
Yep, and I've learned that the hard way, especially against Augustin. I remember I had a pretty rough defensive game, and that's something we've had to work on. I have to stay late after practice and do chair slides because my lateral quickness just isn't where it needs to be. And these guys, they're athletic and they're skilled, and if you're not in the right spot, if you're not doing the right thing on defense, you will get beat. So that definitely takes a lot of effort.
Last weekend, I think it was the Saturday game, you guys were down 10 or 12 pretty early in the game. Didn't seem to bother you guys at all, though, did it?
Not really. We got off to a rough start, both offensively and defensively, I guess, and we just realized that this isn't the team we are. This stuff's going to fix itself. The worst thing you can do in a situation like that is start getting quick with your shots and trying to make something happen too early. We stayed calm and collected and brought it back, and we kind of expected that. We knew that we weren't playing like we can, and so we just buckled down and did what we were supposed to.
Have you noticed a difference in your opponent's mentality towards you guys here during this stretch of, you guys have a giant bullseye on your back right now. Do you guys feel that?
A little bit. I especially noticed it against Mary. At the start of the year, teams, just kind of felt like a regular game. But when we got to Mary, their first play, they actually got a dunk on us. And they started freaking out and getting all excited, like, yeah, we're going to beat these guys. And you could tell they were a little more pumped up about that game than I would guess they were about other games. So, yeah, we feel that a little bit.
Dynamic of this team, to me anyway, seems like it's been a work in progress all year. After Christmas, though, have guys kind of settled into their roles and not so much, okay, we're going to expect this guy to do well this game and this guy the next game and this guy the next game, where now everyone's pretty much expecting the same guys to do what they need to do?
Yeah. And coaches talk to us about that, just doing what this team needs. We don't need me, as when I come in off the bench, we don't need me to be scoring. For someone like DJ Hervey, where he came from Chicago. He might have been a scorer down there. We don't necessarily always need him for that. At times we will. But coach is just, put into our minds that we need to do whatever it takes for this team to do well. And for Zach Noreen, that's doing his thing in the post. For Max Rosenblum, that's attacking the boards, getting those rebounds, kicking it out to Jake Shallow, who's the three-point specialist, I guess, is his role a lot of the times. And just everyone doing their job against different teams with different matchups. Each of those roles will work out at different times. So
what I've seen of Brock is he's not a pure, smooth shooter, but it seems like everything he shoots up there falls somehow. Same thing a little bit with Jake, but offensively, your teammates, is it scary how good those two guys are?
Yeah, especially I'm actually in the second group in practice, so I play against those guys all the time in practice, and that gets frustrating. You'll play perfect defense on a guy like Brock Lutz, and you're squared up right in his face, and he'll just pull up and just right in your face knock down a shot that no other guy would hit, and you're a little frustrated. Like, I played perfect defense, but it's still going in.
What brought you here?
It was actually really late when the coaches contacted me, and the main thing was the offer I got. The scholarship offer was important to me. I wanted to get out of college with little to no debt, and they made that available. And the second thing was Coach Boschee. I talked to players, people that had recruited, and they all had good things to say about Coach Boschee and that he was a solid guy. So those were the two biggest things.
Any idea yet what you plan on majoring in?
Exercise science, pre-physical therapy is what I'm looking to do. As of right now, I think I'm majoring in biology, but it's all liberal education courses right now, so I'll probably be switching to exercise science, but as a career, I'd like to do physical therapy.
There's good money in that, and if you get out of here with a little debt, that should suit you well. So congratulations on that and the great season so far, and good luck.
All right, thank you very much.